Neil, long time no see. I heard you're actually planning to show up to the reunion, huh? Can you even afford the transportation costs to get there?
Huh? Oh, Alice, it's been a while.
Wait, what do you mean, oh, Alice? You act all high and mighty like you're someone special. How gross.
Look, knowing you, I'm guessing you're only messaging me because you thought it'd be funny that I'm actually going to the reunion for once. But don't get your hopes up thinking something exciting is gonna happen.
Well, sure. When the organizer showed me the list of attendees, I was like, wait, seriously? And then just on that note, I thought, why not message him?
Oh, so the organizer is one of your old followers, right?
Your existence has never been interesting to me, but making it amusing is my specialty.
Sounds like a rather wasteful talent in more ways than one.
Oh, you're actually answering back? Since when do you think you're in a position to talk to me like that?
Position?
Do you really think someone like you, a broke loser, has any kind of standing? I always thought you didn't come to previous reunions out of respect for your position, but now it seems like I was wrong. I'm kind of disappointed.
Look, Alice, it's been almost 10 years since we graduated from high school.
So what?
Yeah, sure, my family was poor because my dad's been sick. On the other hand, you were one of those popular girls at school, a gal, always at the top of the school caste system. But now that we're adults, you're still holding on to that and looking down on people? Is that really okay?
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm not even bringing up the whole school caste thing, you know.
Oh, really?
Because here's the thing, no matter how much time passes, being poor means you stay at the bottom of society. So the hierarchy between you and me is still the same as it was back then, and it'll stay that way, now and forever.
You haven't changed a bit. I think you need to reconsider that way of thinking.
What are you talking about, acting all high and mighty? A broke bottom dweller like you shouldn't be defying me.
Sorry, but I'm actually with someone right now.
Huh?
Excuse me, I have to go.
Hey, don't just end the conversation on your own. Hey! Well, for today, I'll let it slide. But you better remember this when the reunion rolls around. I'll make sure to give your pointless existence some value myself. Look forward to it, all right? Hey, Neil.
Oh, hey, Alice.
So, about that message I sent earlier.
Earlier?
Don't play dumb. Wait, no way. Don't tell me you actually want me to say it again. Is someone feeling flattered, a little full of himself because he got a love confession?
Confession? What are you even talking about? I don't remember ever talking to you directly, not even once.
Oh, come on, you don't need to act like that. Whatever, I'll say it again. And this time I'll put it in writing. Since it'll be saved in your messages, you better read every word carefully and cherish my feelings, okay?
Huh?
I like you. I want to take you home with me tonight.
Excuse me?
You did say we should sneak out after the reunion and have some alone time, didn't you?
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, come on, don't go playing innocent now.
You've always talked down to me, ridiculed me every chance you got. You were downright cruel back in school, so what's this sudden change of heart?
Okay, here's the truth. I've actually liked you for a long, long time. It's just, I didn't know how to say it, so instead I acted the opposite. I was mean because I didn't want anyone, including you, to see how I felt.
Right.
But when I messaged you the other day, I realized I couldn't keep doing that. I couldn't keep pretending. So I worked up the courage to be honest. I want to start over with you, build something real. Please, go out with me. And if you say yes, well, tonight I'm all yours. You can do whatever you want with me.
Wait, anything I want?
Whatever you want.
Got it. In that case, nice to meet you. Looking forward to tonight. Just kidding. I know it's a lie. You weren't exactly subtle.
What?
It's a punishment game, right?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Rachel told me.
Rachel?
Yeah, on the way to the reunion, she saw you and your little crew at the train station. Apparently, you were all playing rock, paper, scissors. She said she heard someone shout, "Loser has to confess to Neil," loud enough for the whole platform to hear.
Seriously? Ugh, so Rachel overheard that. Figures. She's always been such a goody two-shoes. Of course she'd run straight to you and tattle.
She's not exactly a fan of games like that, especially when they involve dragging someone else into your humiliation.
Fine, you got me. Yeah, it was a punishment game. I was the one who came up with it, actually. I didn't think I'd lose, but hey, karma, I guess. So I confessed, half-assed and awkward. Whatever, at least you didn't take it seriously. That would have been worse.
I see.
Still, though, even knowing it was fake, you can't tell me you weren't a little happy. I mean, when's the last time a girl confessed to you, huh?
Actually, I've been confessed to before.
What? Wait. Are you seriously counting my punishment confession as a real one? That's kinda sad.
No, I meant someone else entirely.
What?
Back in high school, Rachel confessed to me. We dated for a while.
You're kidding. Rachel, that strict as hell, rule-enforcing robot who patrolled the halls like a prison guard, she confessed to you?
Yep, about half the class knew. You must have been in the half that didn't.
And you seriously expect me to believe she made the first move?
Check the reunion list, remember? You said you looked at it earlier.
I did.
Then you might have missed something important. Rachel's last name? It's the same as mine.
Wait, are you saying...
We're married. Got a kid, too.
What? Hold on. This whole thing, this stupid punishment game. I just confessed to a married guy? Oh my god, that's beyond humiliating.
Kinda makes the punishment feel real now, doesn't it?
Shut up! You looked like you were enjoying it, so don't act so smug now.
Here's the kicker. Before your message, I don't remember being confessed to at all.
Huh?
I never made it to the reunion. Something urgent came up. I'm on the train right now.
Wait, you're not even at the venue?
Nope.
Then who the hell did I just confess to?
Rachel's at the reunion. She said she saw you in the corner of the room approaching some guy who was glued to his phone. You told him your confession, right?
Yeah, he had glasses, looked kind of nerdy. Same vibe as you used to have, so I thought.
That was Seth.
No. Please tell me you're joking.
Nope. Rachel said ever since you confessed, he hasn't stopped staring at you. He's apparently grinning and watching your every move.
Oh my god, no. No. Anyone but Seth.
That bad, huh?
Of course it is. He's a full-on delusional creep. Back in school, he latched onto anyone who so much as looked in his direction. Once he picked a target, he wouldn't stop until they either dated him or changed schools. The rumors were terrifying.
I remember hearing some of those, yeah.
You've got to help me.
Not sure what you expect me to do. I'm on a train.
You should have skipped work today.
I couldn't. I'm in the middle of heading to a major meeting.
What kind of job doesn't let you skip one reunion day?
I run my own company.
What?
I'm the CEO! Started it 6 years ago, took a while to build, but now it's on stable footing. Things are going well.
Okay, wait, new plan. Forget everything I said earlier, that was all nonsense. Let's pretend the punishment game never happened.
Oh?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a CEO and married to a super serious girl like Rachel, maybe what you really need is someone different, someone fun, someone like me. I'd make a much more exciting wife, don't you think?
I swear I'm holding in a laugh so hard right now I might burst.
Huh?
No offense, but haven't you confessed to me? That's the real punishment.
Excuse me?
I'm serious. This whole thing is hilarious. Like, I'm fighting for my life, trying not to burst out laughing in front of my team.
You are such a jerk.
Says the girl who came up with a childish punishment game to mess with someone's feelings. Sorry, not buying your act.
But
Look, I've got to go. We're pulling into the station. Whatever disaster you created with Seth, that's your problem now. Good luck.
wait, you're not even going to help me?
This has nothing to do with me anymore.
No, come on, don't leave me like this.
Anyway, gotta run. Bye now. The class reunion turned out to be quite a battlefield. Alice, misunderstanding the situation and thinking her confession was genuine, was taken aback when Seth, who had always been quick to fall in love, decided to make a surprise marriage proposal right there at the venue. Seth had never been one to understand jokes like these. He was the type of person who took things seriously no matter how absurd the situation might be. His love for Alice had been real, and when he heard her confession, he took it as an honest declaration of affection. The confusion and tension in the air were palpable as he stood up, took her hand, and announced to everyone that they were now engaged. Alice, taken completely by surprise and unable to escape the situation, found herself swept along by the momentum of Seth's enthusiasm. There was no time to process the events unfolding around her. The next thing she knew, she was being whisked away from the reunion by Seth, who was beaming with happiness, not knowing the extent of the confusion that had led them to this point. He didn't even pause to let Alice explain, dragging her along as if she were already his bride. It wasn't long before they found themselves in a hotel room together where they spent the night. Alice, overwhelmed by the surrealness of it all, was left speechless and unsure how to react. She had never expected things to escalate so quickly, let alone end up in such an intimate situation. But Seth was already celebrating, oblivious to the fact that Alice had never intended for this to happen. The following morning, things didn't improve. Alice, still in a daze, found herself face to face with a beaming Seth, who greeted her with a wide grin as if everything were perfectly normal. He was a completely different person now. His earlier, somewhat awkward demeanor had shifted into one of smug confidence. Seth was smiling ear to ear, and Alice, who was still processing the events of the night, could hardly believe what was happening. Seth didn't give Alice any room to argue. His mind was made up. He was determined to make her his. Without allowing her the space to think, he led her to a nearby registry office. He didn't care that they had only been together for a matter of hours. The speed at which he was moving was part of his thrill. Alice, still reeling from the shock of it all, found herself signing papers alongside him as though she had no control over the situation. In what could only be described as a whirlwind, Alice and Seth had entered into a marriage contract. A half-day romance turned into an official union. The rapidity of it all made Alice feel like she had no time to breathe, let alone think. The moment she signed the papers, the reality of her new life settled in with a heavy weight. She had gone from a reluctant participant in a joke to a legally married woman in the blink of an eye. As she tried to piece together what had happened, her mind raced with confusion and disbelief. She had never imagined her life taking this turn. Seth, on the other hand, was utterly thrilled. He wore the expression of someone who had won a great prize, his eyes gleaming with satisfaction. He didn't seem to notice or care about the internal turmoil Alice was experiencing. In fact, his attitude seemed to suggest that everything was going according to plan. His plan. The next few months passed in a haze for Alice. She found herself trapped in a situation that she hadn't chosen. She couldn't tell anyone the truth, that this had all been a mistake, a result of a punishment game gone horribly wrong. It was hard to admit that she had been coerced into something so important, something so life-altering, because in the eyes of the world, she had gotten this. She had agreed to marry Seth, and now she was bound by that decision. The most surprising twist came 3 months later. Alice discovered that she was pregnant. The news hit her like a freight train, and suddenly the stakes of the situation became much higher. She couldn't escape the reality that she was now carrying Seth's child. At this point, it was clear that there was no turning back. Seth, thrilled by the idea of becoming a father, was overjoyed. He made plans for the future as if everything were perfectly normal, while Alice struggled to come to terms with the life that had been thrust upon her. Though Alice had every reason to want to flee from her situation, she couldn't. The pregnancy changed everything. She couldn't simply say it was all a joke or it was a punishment game now. Those words would never be accepted as an excuse. The situation had gone too far. She was married to Seth, and they were about to have a child together. It wasn't just a joke anymore, it was real. Seth, on the other hand, was blissfully unaware of the turmoil Alice was experiencing. He was a man who thrived on control, and now that he had Alice exactly where he wanted her, he was ready to settle into a life of domestic bliss. He believed in his own mind that they were happy together. His warped sense of reality made it impossible for him to see the cracks in their relationship. For him, everything was perfect. But for Alice, things were far from perfect. She was now trapped in a marriage to a man she didn't love, carrying his child, and unable to escape the web of her own making. She had been forced into a life she hadn't chosen, and now she was bound by the consequences. She couldn't just walk away, not with the baby on the way. The thought of raising a child in this environment filled her with dread, but she had no choice but to move forward. As the months passed, Alice became more and more resigned to her fate. She learned to live with Seth's presence, to tolerate his dominance in their relationship. She had no other option. Her initial resistance faded as she adjusted to the reality of her new life. She had gone from a carefree young woman to a married mother, bound to a man who saw her more as an object of conquest than as a partner. It was a sad reality, but one she had no choice but to accept. By the time their child was born, Alice had come to terms with her new role. She wasn't the same person she had been before. She was now a wife, a mother, and someone who had been forced into a life she hadn't chosen. As she looked at her child, she couldn't help but feel a pang of regret. She had once had dreams, hopes, and plans for the future, but all of that had been swept away in a series of unfortunate events. Now she was stuck in a life that she couldn't change. Despite all the pain and regret, Alice did her best to provide for her child. She cared for the baby as best she could, though the reality of her situation weighed heavily on her. She couldn't escape the feeling that she was living someone else's life, one that had been dictated by a series of events she hadn't been able to control. But she was determined to raise her child the best she could, even if she wasn't sure what the future held. Seth, of course, remained oblivious to Alice's internal struggle. He continued to act as though everything was perfect, as if their marriage was exactly what he had always wanted. For him, the world was simple. He had won, and Alice was his. But Alice knew the truth. She knew that she had been coerced, manipulated, and trapped. She couldn't shake the feeling that her life had been stolen from her, and she wondered if she would ever find a way to escape the life that Seth had created for them. As the years went by, Alice remained in the marriage, now a mother, now a wife, still carrying the weight of the choices she had never made. She had no choice but to keep moving forward, even if the life she was living felt like a prison. She had been forced into this life, and now she was trapped, bound by the consequences of a decision made in haste. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.